Good evening, guys, and welcome to another Elliott Waves on Cryptos video. Today, we're going to have a quick look on VRA and on VeChain as well, as those were heavily voted from our community, from a number of communities, I would say. If you want to also participate in such poll, you can subscribe on my channel, of course. It's for free. And go under the community section and leave your vote for the next video. At the same time, you also learn about the altcoin markets. You are able to grasp some very good analysis regarding Elliott waves and also enter some good opportunities. So let's get right to the charts. But before we do go ahead, please do note that this video is purely educational and none of this is to be considered investment advice. Okay guys, so we're back on the charts. And I want to go ahead and start with VRA. I want to show you the long term and then we're going to go closer to have a quick look on the short term as well, right? So in the long term, we have done waves 1 and 2 and we're now currently moving up for wave 3. What this means is that we have more upside. Okay, and if we take into consideration how the internal structure looks, which is the green and also the pink, and then inside of that the black labels, then we're not near done. We're not near completing wave 3 at current levels. We're probably looking at the duplication. Actually, I would say maybe, well, I'm looking at anywhere between the 6 and the 13 cents, but I'm closer to the 10 cents, I would say, rather than the 6, rather than the 12 as well. And I will explain why in a minute. So we're looking at this structure now, 1 and 2, yeah. And you can see that, again, we expect wave 3. This is this one, the green one, right? Again, not even, okay, we are close to getting that done. Now, internally in wave 3, we have done 1, and we have done 2, and we have done 3. And the question is whether we finished 4 or not. And then we'll continue to 5 if we finished or when we finish. Okay. Now, I want to examine 2 different scenarios over here. One is high probability, the other one is low probability. Why? Purely because of the structure, plus another couple of tips that only Elliott wave traders know. So, if you look at the correction over here from 1 to 2, this is called a running flat. And we finished wave 2 at the 50 Fibonacci retracement, okay, of wave 1 over here, okay? Now, when we use the same Fibonacci tool and we go all the way up to where we finished wave 3, yes, which is at 0.048, our 50 Fibonacci retracement again is exactly at the level where we've just seen markets VRA bouncing from, okay, which is very good indication that the rule guideline of alternation is respected, because what it says is that when we've got an impulse on the upside, oops, sorry, I should have done that a bit better. These 2 corrections, guys, have to equal to 100%. Okay, so we've got 50 retracement in one, 50 in the other. That's clearly 100%, right? This is positive for me, okay, which means that perhaps wave 4 was done here. In case that was done there, then we can go ahead, connect our wave 2 and our wave 4 and go all the way down to wave 1, yeah, which I think is getting right there, so that we have our channel. Okay, now since we do have our channel now, what we can do, guys, I mean, not necessarily something that can help in the short term if we move on the upside, but it does on the downside. We can assume that as long as we remain inside that and we move even along those lines, we remain positive. Okay, and this is good. Now, look at this. Double bottom at the 50, exactly. And over here we've got wave 1 done, probably. And that looks impulsive. So I'm expecting for wave 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. That's what I see for now. Now, let's go a little bit closer to understand what are we looking and why these particular levels. These particular levels actually come from the longer term time frame, so we don't need to look at those, but we can have another Fibonacci give us to give us some idea. Now over here, guys, we finished wave 3 over here. One would assume that why not up here, because this is the higher level. Well, this is called an expanding flat. Yeah, and internally we have a multi-structure move, by the way, with an extended 5, which is 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we done the 38.2 extension, which is required by an expanded flat is like this. Okay, so I've got a high over here and 5 waves down at the 61.8 for a nice extension. We broke that, so we have an extended C. Yeah, that's the C wave, which means, well, there's only 2 scenarios, W, X, and Y. Okay, or we end it down here, which I think is the case, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, what I believe is going to happen, since we've done wave 1 over here, we'll pull our Fibonacci over here. Yeah, this to me is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we've got 1, 2, 3. We get a double bottom, or even perhaps a move down to the 0.03, 61.8. We reject again that channel and we'll start moving higher. 5 waves up, another 5 waves up. If that happens, yeah, we can take our Fibonacci, go from here to here, and down there to calculate to project new levels. But I'm just gonna leave it here for now, because we don't have the correction in yet. Okay, it doesn't look like we do. And from there we'll look at different levels. So if you want to, my opinion, in that case, wave 3 would go up to 64, then we're going to get a correction, and then we can probably go up to 0.08, and this is where that wave can end. Okay, wave 3. From there we're going to get 4, and then we're going to move up to 5, which the 161 is going to do very well, actually, because it's very close to the previous Fibonacci 300 Fibonacci extension as well. This is from the blue wave. Jumping now on VeChain. As you can see, we have a similar pattern here. We are again either have ended 4 or not. I'm looking at VeChain that more probabilities that wave 4 is not done yet. I will explain why when we go closer. For now, know that 1 and 2 are done, and we are expecting wave 3. Internally, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a very big 1, and then 2 and 3 finished. 3 finished at the 100 Fibonacci of 1. So I'm not particularly keen to use the guideline of the alternation here. Okay, despite that, you can see that 50 Fibonacci, around 30 Fibonacci is done here. And if we use this as well, let me just, this is a bit of a mess. Let me just clear that stuff out. Yeah, so we go from 2, 3, 38. You see nearly 38 was done, and here the 30 or so. So both together bring us to 65, 70%. So I'm not really keen to use that relationship here, purely because waves 1 and waves 3 and wave 3 are the same. Usually we're going to get wave 1 and wave 3 will be 161 of 1. That's where this is more applicable. Now, for now, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's finished. And we're looking at, well, to me that looks as an ABC. That looks like as an ABC, and it looks like we're going to get another ABC. As long as, similar to VRA, yeah, remain, let me delete those. As long as we remain above the channel, again, yeah, we remain bullish. It's as simple as that. Bounce up, it's bullish. We cross below, becomes bearish. We're looking for double zigzag. It's not as simple as that, but pretty much that will be the case. Okay. So I'm looking at this particular rejection over here and I quite like it. Okay. But this looks corrective. Okay. And the game is going to be played around here. Even if we get an upside move and you think that, oh my God, it's going to go up higher, look at this middle line, because we could get the X in and then the Y. Okay. And let me tell you how we're going to get this, perhaps by going down to the 1 hour. By the way, I was really expecting this triangle and a move to the upside. I was disappointed. I'm sure other people were disappointed as well. But this is how the markets are. That was an A, that was a B, that was a C. Okay. And that again now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And then you've got, that is going probably to be a correction over here, maybe a triangle, who knows. We'll have interaction here between the waves. And then another move on the upside. That is likely to get us, well, let's have a quick look to the 78.8.6 or around 23 cents. So we can go up to 23 cents and still nothing, guys. That's going to be still corrective, okay? So what you need to pay attention to is, well, the truth is that level, really. And expect the previous high not to break. We can get prices even higher than the 23 and still be corrective, because as I said before, this doesn't really look like it's a move on the upside. Okay, the only scenario I do see turning into an upside is from there to there. That we don't need 23,138. Look at this. Imagine that being some sort of, well, let me delete that. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Sorry, that will be there. There. So that would be ABC, ABC, yeah, and that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Maybe a bit more extended to get down here. That is going to be a running flat, guys. Okay, we have wave 3 is not the sorter and looks like an extended 5. To me, that makes an amazing opportunity to the upside, if that's the case, right? But we will not know until we break the previous high. And not the previous high, we will not know until we get to, let me tell you where. If that was being, that would be the case, then probably around the, well, 35 cents or so. So we need to pay attention to a couple of things here. One will be the break of this median line. The other will be where we stop over here. If we stop down here, 23.6, very good chances that we're going to start moving higher. As I said before, we remain within the channel as well, and it's as well the 23.6, which is for a running flat, exactly what we need. Now, you might say, what about an expanded flat? Well, that is also a scenario, guys, but to be fair, okay, let me just use we go from there to there to there, and we'll look at the 618, it's around 14 cents. It's possible. It will create a false break over here. It will be a bear trap, to be honest. A lot of people will start selling here, and then we're going to move higher. Okay? But if that happens, we got to 114, yeah, then the chances of that also being seen as a WX and Y will increase. So we could get that retest over here, and we will still be thinking that, oh my God, it's going to move up higher. So you can see it's a bit more complicated here because we're very close with probabilities here. Okay, the highest probability, as I said, is that, you know, this looks corrective and we're going to go down. That doesn't mean the other two scenarios are not high probability as well. They are, but not as much. Okay, I cannot give you numbers, obviously, but keep that in mind when you trade VeChain. Now, in terms of targets, I'm looking at following a break of the 30, 49, and 78. Between, obviously, where is it? The one, okay, let's just use this. That's it. 1272, 40. Okay, so guys, this is going to be for this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Just make sure you watch the full video before you start making questions, because most of the time the answers are in the video. And don't forget to subscribe. It's free. It doesn't take time. You are able to follow and also vote for the community poll, so that you also have a say on what analysis I'm going to perform next. Thanks for watching, guys, and for those celebrating Easter, enjoy the long weekend.